Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Game 1 was all Tri-C, 17-2 the final score. Game 2, the Triceratops look to win for the 22nd time in a row. It is Tri-C and Clark State. Game number 2 up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hansen pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Good afternoon once again from Ron Mottl Field on the campus of Cuyahoga Community College as the Triceratops look to win for the 22nd time in a row and for the second time this year against the Clark State Eagles. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening live on SmeeSports. An exciting day so far, a whole lot of offense, and a lot of nice plays.
I mean, absolutely. First game ended up being 17-2 in favor of Tri-C. Keep their win streak alive. Like you said, a whole lot of offense, especially in the bottom of the third inning where the Triceratops plated 10 runs, which propelled them to victory.
And we have seen them put on a lot of runs often this season. Going back to the game against Lorain County Community College, Game 2, 12 runs in that first inning. This is not new for them. This is just the standard.
I'm wondering to see if this second game, how it usually is going to be a pitcher's duel, or are they going to keep their offense rolling?
It is Mitch Harder on the mound for the Triceratops. I don't mind that move. We've seen Mitch throw some quality innings. I don't think he will go the full way in this contest like Gilbride. Maybe we see Gallagher move in from first base. I feel like that would be the most likely substitution. But we could see some other bullpen guys get some time here. But Tri-C right now cruising with that win in the last game. Cam, they are 22-5. Winners of 21 straight, 1-5 on the year, all of a sudden flips. Impressive.
Very, very impressive.
I just don't understand how they started off 1-5. That's the time you have to study, but if things go the way that they look like they are going to, there's a chance they host regionals. First pitch of game number 2 is off at 5:09, and it is fouled into the backstop. 0-1 the count on Cody Myers. He is at second base this game for the Eagles. But Tri-C, all the momentum in the world is on their side. One strike, the pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. 0-2 the count.
Good off speed there.
Harder already a good start on the mound. 2 pitches, 2 strikes. And as we pointed out last game, first pitch strikes, they're important. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. It is in there for strike 3. Harder gets Myers looking for out number 1. What a pitch. We will watch that one back. But Cam, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out. Talk about efficiency.
Yeah, good day at the office.
A very good one indeed. Beautifully in their lower half of the zone. Perfectly hit. And as we rejoin the action, first pitch ball to Pugh. 1-0 the count. First ball of the game offered by Harder. Mitch getting back to work. Comes set. Fires the 1-0. It's in there. 1-1. Behind the dish this game, it is Britton for Tri-C. Gallagher at first. Figure at second. It is Leonard at short. Miller at third. And from left to right in the outfield, Rich, Bowles, and Farrell. Low on that attempt. 2-1. But Tri-C pretty much no changes. Gallagher coming into the lineup. Hazuda now DHing. And Britton's just the new face. He is in for, I believe, as I check from last time, as that ball is sent into center field and caught for out number 2. He is in for Pierce, basically. After the fly out from Pugh, up steps Adam Berger, the shortstop. 2 up, 2 down to begin the game for Tri-C's defense, and they look to continue this run. But Cam, anytime that you can win this many games in a row, people start to take notice. A top 5 offense in Division II JUCO. Not many can beat this team. But that ball is pieced into right center field. It is down. Going to second base. It is Berger. He is in with a head first slide. It is a 2-out double for the shortstop. Hit number 1 on the afternoon for Clark State in game number 2. And they have a runner in scoring position early on.
It's a good sign for Clark State. Came out swinging in the first game. They're going to come out swinging this game. And early on, an early runner in scoring position.
A chance to strike first. And if you can strike first against Tri-C, that says something. Mason Johnson, the first baseman, now steps in for Clark State as he looks to get game number 2 rolling in the right direction. Even more so for Clark State. First pitch fouled away, 0-1. But this is a pivotal time for the Eagles, getting a run on the board early on. That helps out your defense because Tri-C, they could easily turn around and play 10 in 1 inning. And we've seen them do it today. The break misses upstairs. 1-1 the count on Johnson. Berger still at second base for the Eagles. I don't know how aggressive they will be on the base path. I don't expect him to steal unless there is a pass to ball. 1-2 now the count as Johnson falls off that attempt. But Tri-C just looking to get out of this inning. No damage. 1 hit so far for the Eagles. And all it takes is 1 to make a difference. 1-2. Off the plate, a good miss from Harder. 2-2 now.
Yeah, kind of working that outside corner, but just a little bit off the plate.
And he knows that if Clark State could pick their spot, right field line is a very good one to hit. Good amount of space. The runner will score. He breaks here on the 2-2 as it is fouled away. Plenty of jump there, too.
Yeah, good jump. Harder's got to make sure to look him back.
On the opposite end of that, I would not be surprised if he was told, focus in on the batter. If you win it at the plate here, that runner could do whatever the heck he wants out there. It won't matter. 2-2 the count, 2 away. The pitch. Ground ball chopped to the left side. Miller lets it come to him. The throw is in time. An excellent chuck from Brock Miller retires the side. Another great play from number 7. Opposed to charging Cam, he lets it come to him. And given that bounce, that was the right decision all the way.
Absolutely able to pick it up on a clean bounce and make a good strong throw to first to retire the batter in the side.
Tri-C's defense comes up with a stop after allowing a 2-out double to Berger. The offense looking to continue their dominant day when we return. This is College Baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Time for the bottom of the first inning at Ron Mottl Field in game number 2. Clark State able to get a 2-out double, but no other damage in the frame. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee. If you are just joining us here, it is Pat Farrell, Jackson Bowles, and Vinny Gallagher do up this frame for the Triceratops. Cam, if you are Tri-C, a very potent offense, how aggressive are you in the first couple of at-bats? Do you try and get the singles, or do you swing for the fences?
I think you just got to try and get those singles, get runners on, and continue to move them over and score runs. Big hits will come.
Farrell has plenty of power behind his swing, so we will see if he can break down Hayden Himes, who is on the mound for Clark State. First pitch sails outside, 1-0 the count on Farrell. Farrell, as he was last game, will be playing in right field. Himes coming set. Here is the 1-0. Misses low, 2-0. Based on those two offerings, I think Tri-C is going to send the message of, we are not swinging until we get that strike. 2 balls, no strikes on Pat Farrell. The pitch. Runs inside, and he is able to avoid the ball. 3-0. And I feel like that is one that you say, we have ice. 3 balls with Jackson Bowles in the on-deck circle for Tri-C. The pitch. Misses off the plate. A 4-pitch walk gets us underway in the bottom of the first. And now we will see Jackson Bowles step in. Tri-C has plenty of power, but when you haven't seen a strike yet, you let the balls just fly right past until you see one. Unless it is your perfect pitch. Then obviously you take that cut and you pay with the consequences later. The lefty stepping in for Tri-C. The pitch misses off the plate once again. 5 balls in a row from Himes. 1-0 the count on Bowles. Farrell at first getting a decent lead for Tri-C. Himes coming set, checks Farrell, checks twice, and delivers. Off the plate again. Even on the frame, it is still a ball. 2-0 the count on Bowles.
I think this strike zone is tighter than the other umpires.
And there is some action in Clark State's bullpen. Himes looking for his first strike of the afternoon. Low again, it's blocked. 3-0 the count. Papaleo still doing the catching for Clark State. Johnson at first, Myers at second, Berger at short, Gardner at third. Hickey, Pugh, and Snyder from left to right in the outfield make up the defense for Clark State. 3 balls, no strikes on Bowles. Now the pitch. Finally in there on pitch number 8. 3-1 the count on the center fielder. Now he has his stride. Can Himes battle back in this frame? That's the question. 1 strike now on Bowles. The pitch. Skied over into the edge of the grass and caught on the edge of it for out number 1. It looked like it was going to carry into the outfield for a split second, but just an awkward hit off the bat. And now up steps Vinny Gallagher. Gallagher, one of the best hitters on this team, batting above 500 this season. He is one for the future, and the future might be now. Himes coming set again, trying to continue this little roll. The pitch. And it skips past Papalios. Going into second base is Farrell. He will take the turn and retreat back. Tri-C has their first runner in scoring position of the new game. Reading the down angle. It's important. Perfect job once again. You are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. If you are just joining us once again, he's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Tri-C looking for run number 18 of the doubleheader. 1-0 the count on Gallagher. The pitch. The throw back to 2. It might be in time. Just not. I'm surprised that Farrell didn't break for third on that throw. He was a little bit closer to third.
He was kind of like halfway in between.
At that point, you see that throw. It has to hit second and then third. You take your chances at third, especially with a very good offense. You can make up for that run if it doesn't score. 2-0 the count. The pitch. It is in there. 2-1 now on Gallagher.
Going back on that, you got to make sure the ball comes out of his hand, though, because he made multiple fake attempts last time. If he starts breaking to third and he still has the ball, rundown, not great.
2 balls, 1 strike. Farrell breaks. The pitch, it's low. The throw to 3 is not in time. And the dive by Gardner keeps Tri-C off the board.
At least for now.
If that would have gone past him, Farrell would be home and he would be in the dugout by now. 3-1 now the count. Once again, it is Brock Miller in the on-deck circle. Himes sets and fires. It is low. A 5-pitch walk. Put runners at the corners with 1 down for Tri-C. You can argue this is a more dangerous / threatening situation for Tri-C. Double play ball. No one scores. On the other hand of that, a home run. It's 3-0 now opposed to 2. But runners at the corners, 1 down. Miller looking for some big contact. Runner goes. It is high outside. The throw down is sailing into the outfield. Farrell will score from third. Going to third now is Gallagher, and he is safe. 1-0 Tri-C on top. And that is exactly what the Triceratops wanted. They forced an error, and they get a run.
Farrell was going to come home regardless when he saw the throw go through, and when it went into the outfield, it just made his jog home a little bit easier.
He would have been safe regardless based on that jump. 1-0 the count on Miller. Himes comes set. The pitch. Upstairs. 2-0 on Miller. After Brock, it is Brendan Hazuda, the catcher, turned designated hitter, up next. Himes trying to settle into the ball game. He deals. Runs way inside, almost hits Miller. 3 balls, no strikes. Clark State desperately needs a get-right pitch. The action in the bullpen seemingly gone, but I would not be surprised to see it resume if this is a walk here. Not quite, as Miller cuts at the 3-0 and misses. A good cut, but I think that was out of the zone.
I don't mind him trying to take a big hack there.
He has the strikes to spare. 3-1 the count. The pitch. And it is on the corner. We are full. 3-2. A good battle from Hayden Himes. Not out of this at-bat quite yet. 3-2 count, 1 down in the bottom of the first. Here's the payoff. It is in there for strike 3. Just gets the corner, very low on the attempt, but Miller is retired. Based on your reaction, Cam, I think you're stunned.
I thought it was low.
But either way, a good get right from Hayden Himes. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. And now up steps Hazuda. The first pitch is well outside, 1-0 to the designated hitter. Kyle Figueroa awaits in the on-deck circle. Tri-C looking to plate a second run in the home half of the first. Here's the pitch. Well outside, now 2-0. But if you are a Tri-C, you have to like what you've seen so far in this game. A good amount of hustle, some good defense, some adversity, but they've overcome it. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. Hazuda unable to catch up to the outside offering. A good spot from Himes, and he gets exactly what he wanted. A whiff. Hazuda trying to bring in Gallagher. Well outside as it sails well past the other batter's box. 3-1 now on Hazuda. This could put runners at the corners for Tri-C. And Figueroa, a power hitter, he would appreciate that. The pitch. Hit right side, a blooper, and it will fall in there. It's an RBI single for Brendan Hazuda. And that will put Tri-C up 2-0. A good bit of hitting. He hit it to that right spot. Tri-C, they are taking advantage of the deep outfield.
Yeah, kind of just in that triangle of unknownness over there towards the right field line, and just kind of, like I said in the last game, took it the lob wedge and just hit it right over the infield.
A lot of bloop hits into the outfield. I mean, you look at the depth of the outfielders, a lot of room in front of them. First pitch is low to Figueroa, 1-0 the count. For Clark State next inning, it is the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. Himes back to work. Runner goes, the pitch. It is upstairs. The throwdown is not in time. The throw was in line, but the tag just not there. I believe it's a ball, so 2-0 the count. And I'm sure if it's not, the umpire will correct us in a minute. 2 balls, no strikes on Figueroa. Himes will set and fire. Hit foul. 2-1 now. But it feels like a lot slower of a start for Tri-C. They're moving people along the base path, but it doesn't feel as explosive as it usually does. And that says something when you score 2 runs in the first frame. 2-1 now on Figueroa. The pitch. Well outside, 3-1 on the second baseman. Bryson Britton, the catcher, awaits in the on-deck circle for Tri-C. He would be the 7th batter of the frame for the Triceratops. Figueroa looking to join Hazuda on the base path. And he will. No, he will not. Another low strike, 3-2 the count. Pretty much that same exact spot where they got Miller. But the count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes on the second baseman. Himes trying to retire the side, deals, cranked left center field. It is down, a base hit. They will send Hazuda. He will score. It's an RBI single for Kyle Figueroa. 3-0, Tri-C on top. A second consecutive RBI single for the home team.
And I think Figueroa will take that instead of a walk.
Any day of the week. Bryson Britton now steps up as the pit crew helps him out. This is the Tri-C offense we know. They're rolling. They are just replacing each other on the base path. It's a machine, and that machine is very efficient. Himes still trying to find a way out of this bind. The pitch. In the zone, 0-1 the count. After Britton, it would go to Joey Leonard, the shortstop, who had an excellent game in Game 1. He was the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center player of the game. No balls, 1 strike on Britton. Runner goes, the pitch. It skips wide right, and Figueroa will stay put at second base.
Figueroa kind of stopped and then started, or started and then stopped and then started again.
But the count now sits at 1-1. Runner in scoring position for Britton. If he is able to piece this into the outfield, we have our 3rd straight RBI single, depending on the depth. Himes able to check on Figueroa. Fires. It is low. 2-1 the count. With the 3 runs this inning, through 6 innings, or 5 2/3 innings now, 20 runs have scored for Tri-C. Impressive work. Himes looking to battle back into this at-bat. A lot of time in between these pitches, though. He's taking his time, just trying to get his headspace right. Runner goes, the pitch, zips inside. The throwdown is not in time. A second stolen bag for Figueroa. It depends how they score the first one. He broke before the pitch went wide. Either way, that one is a guaranteed stolen bag. 3-1 the count now. Britton looking to bring home Figueroa. The pitch. It is low. It is a 5-pitch walk. Runners at the corners once again with 2 down. And up steps trouble. It's Joey Leonard. 5 RBIs last game. Number 1 is in scoring position. Number 2 is at first. And he could be number 3 if he goes yard. But we will, in the meantime, have a mound visit for the visitors. We could see a change made here, but it might be a little bit too early for it. But at the same time, they want to stay in this one. It looks like they are just sending someone over to warm up. This is kind of that warning mound visit, so we will see if the change ends up getting made. But right now, Cam, if you are Clark State, what is your message on the mound?
He just got to get in there and throw strikes. They got to get out of this inning with only the 3 runs that they scored and hope that they can scrape it back together on offense. They looked good, especially with that double in that first inning, but nothing other than that. So hoping to keep it going in the top of the next inning.
Leonard has runners at the corners to work with, still 2 down. Tri-C only 2 hits this frame. That is something to keep in mind, and they are the RBI singles. Leonard looking to pile on the pain for Tri-C. The slide. First pitch is off the plate, 1-0. I wouldn't be surprised to see Britton take off here. Get a good lead, even on a throwdown. Even if he gets in a rundown, the run will score from third. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Cranked into left field, it falls. It's an RBI single for Joey Leonard. His 6th RBI of the game, and now his 4th RBI single of the doubleheader. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Consistency. That's the name of the game, and he does it again.
Maybe call him Mr. Consistent.
Oh, the references back to Holy Name Baseball. I think we could save that one for, I would have said Tuesday, but that game getting moved. I would save it for, fingers crossed, Thursday at Hoban.
Hopefully Thursday.
Runners at first and second, 4-0. Tri-C on top. The throwback to 2 goes wide left. It is in the outfield. Both runners will break, and there is no play at third. 2 in scoring position for Rich. And Adam Rich, another player who has had a great doubleheader so far.
Do we want to say a possible 4th RBI single in a row?
It wouldn't be in a row. There was a walk interrupting it.
My bad. Well,
out of
all the hits.
All 3 hits are
have been
RBI
RBI
singles. But I think this one, if it does go into the outfield and is scored a single, it's a 2 RBI single. A good delivery there. 0-2 the count now. Himes starting to settle in. but Rich trying to interrupt it. It is Farrell in the on-deck circle as Adam Rich is the 9-hitter and the 9th hitter of this frame. The 0-2. Hit off the bat into left center field. It will fall for a base hit. Heading home now, trying to score is Leonard. He is out. An excellent relay from left field retires the side. We will watch that one back, but Cam, somehow in some way, that is the 4th hit of the game and 4th RBI single. Consistency. He's definitely out on the tag, but I don't blame him for trying to leg that out by any means. I mean, you're up now 5-0. Try and make something happen. No harm, no foul. We head to the 2nd inning in Parma. It is all Tri-C in game number 2 against Clark State. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. It is all Tri-C in game number 2 of our doubleheader. 5-0 your score as we enter the top of the 2nd inning. Cam, Tri-C's offense is unstoppable, and they've proven that time in and time out this season. Today, yet another example.
22 runs in the day.
In 6 innings of work. First pitch fouled. A screamer right back to us, 0-1. Very grateful for that last line of the fence. Well, luckily, our cameras were over to the left.
Yeah.
Not the right mindset on a screamer right back to a window, but either way, it is popped up into the outfield and caught in center field by Bowles for out number 1. That was Papalios flying/popping out to the center fielder. Now up steps Zach Gardner, the third baseman. Tri-C's defense so far has allowed a double from Berger. That's about it. That is exactly it, but still a little bit of movement on the base path. He tried getting further, but just was unable to find a good opportunity to break. And to that point, I don't know if we have seen a steal attempt today from Clark State in either game. Here's the 1-0 from Harder. It is in there, 1-1 on Gardner. For Tri-C next inning, exactly where we started the first. Farrell, Bowles, and Gallagher. Ground ball left side. Miller, a great play, throws across. It's in time to Gallagher for out number 2.
We've said it all day long. Another great play by Brock Miller. Shows his range to the glove side and able to set his feet and make another strong throw to get the runner out.
I was about to say, almost limitless range, from third base.
Yeah.
He is looking elite so far, and now up steps Nate Hickey, the left fielder. First pitch to the corner, off the plate, they say. 1-0 the count. A good miss from Harder. 1 ball, no strikes on the left fielder. Chopped foul over to the right side. A half-hearted swing as he wanted to pull that one back, but that goes down as strike 1.
Little excuse me swing.
After Hickey, it would go to Tyler Wright, the designated hitter. Tri-C looking to get the Eagles in order. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now on Hickey. Nothing more to say. Harder just blew it right past him. Tri-C's defense looking to get out of this inning. 1-2-3. Almost hit it on the outside corner, but it will have to wait. 2-2 the count, and a very good miss from Mitch Harder.
Yeah, good curveball on the outside, just a little bit off the plate.
Harder shaking off that delivery. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tries to end it again. Ground ball. Miller scoops but bobbles it. The throw across is not in time, and it is passed. Going to second base now is Hickey, and Hickey will cruise on in. Second inning in a row, Clark State has a runner in scoring position. A rare error from Brock Miller.
He did a good job to knock it down, and then the throw is a good throw, just a little too far off up the line.
The transfer is what really killed him because he was in his groove. He was getting his steps down and everything, but that slight movement really knocked off his rhythm.
Yeah, he forced him to speed up his throw there.
But a player like Miller, he can definitely shake it off. He just needs to get in the right headspace. That throwback almost sails into the outfield. A good recovery by Leonard over at short, able to snag it. That's a tough play. Obviously, you want to try and get that out there, but you have to be careful. You cannot give free bases away to a team like Clark State, who now is angry and they want runs. First pitch just off the plate. A good miss once again. 1-0 the count. But Tri-C so far, so good defensively. Clark State trying to break them down. Swing and a miss. A good get right from Harder. 1-1 on the higher heat. Not really high heat, but a little bit lower, but still upper echelon. Very good spot. Hard to catch up to it. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Right in there. 1-2 now on right. 2 good aggressive pitches in a row from Harder. Hickey still at second base for Clark State. 1-2. Upstairs. 2-2. Now the question for Tri-C is how aggressive are they in the bottom of the second inning? Are they just going to try and pile on as many runs as possible, or are they going to play a little bit more small ball, 1 base at a time? The 2-2 swing and a miss. Harder gets the punch out, retiring the side. Another great offering, and really at the end of that at bat, he just began attacking and attacking.
Exactly, yeah. He just kept going after him with the fastballs and then ends up getting that one by him right there to record the strikeout.
We head to the bottom of the second inning at Ron Mottl Field. Tri-C 5, Clark State 0. Your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Tri-C 5, Clark State 0, your score as we rejoin the action in the home half of the second inning. Cam, offense is the name of the game for Tri-C. That is how they win games. And it looks like in game number 2, that is the same exact notion that we will go with.
Yeah, exactly. They started off hot, getting through all 9 batters and scoring 5 runs in the first.
First pitch is a strike. 0-1 count on Farrell. It is the top of the order with Farrell, Bowles, and Gallagher due up this frame. That pitch once again inside, and this time it is a ball. 1-1 now on the right fielder who walked his first time up. And that one is hit to the left side and past the shortstop. It is a leadoff single for Pat Farrell. A hard hit ball at that. Berger just did all he could to try and knock it down. And to his credit, Cam, he got pretty close.
Yeah, he got close, but Farrell pulled it, like you said, on a line right through that shortstop third base hole.
And now up steps Jackson Bowles. A pop out to his name so far. The pitch, bunt shown. He will sky it over the press box. That might be the furthest I've seen a bunt attempt to go.
Yeah, kind of just redirected it.
0-1 the count on the ricochet. But Bowles, a powerful hitter. We've seen him go yard a few times this year. Now is not a bad time for him to rerun that. Himes still trying to find his footing in game number 2. The pitch. Breaks in, but upstairs. And that breaking ball, that was really the storyline of the game for the pitching of Clark State. But now, it has really fallen to the wayside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bowles. The pitch. A good block. Runner will break. The throw down to 2 is wide left and not in time. Farrell able to take second base, and he is now in scoring position. A good read from him. He knew the ball escaped enough left that he could take second base. Why not be aggressive?
Exactly. You're already up 5. No outs in this inning. And kind of the heart of your order coming right up after you.
And that heart of the lineup starts with Gallagher, then Miller, and Hazuda. And then to round it out in the 6th hole, it's Figueroa. Ground ball right side, foul. Another good cut from Bowles. This time it's down the line. 2-2 the count. Himes looking to win it here and record out number 1. Tri-C with a hit to the outfield. They will score for the first time this frame. I'm looking at that right center field gap right now. A very dangerous spot, especially for the power of Bowles. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Cranked into right center field. Plenty of carry. It is going back, and it will fall in the gap. Rounding and going home is Farrell. There will be no attempt at the plate. Cruising into third is Bowles. It's an RBI triple for the center fielder.
Wow, he didn't
I called a
miss
shot.
Yeah, he didn't miss that by much, but he gave that ball a long ride.
But that right center field gap, as I said, Cam, right on cue.
Exactly, yeah.
Perfect spot, perfect timing.
All the way back to the wall, ends him up right at third base, and gets himself into scoring position.
90 feet away now, Bowles is from home as Gallagher steps in 0-for-0 in this game with a walk. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0 the count. But that was one heck of a cut from Jackson Bowles. Almost was able to get out of here, and if he did, that would have been home run number 19 on the year. Chopped right side down the line, and it is through. I believe that will be scored an E3 on the hit, but either way, a run will score. 7-0 Tri-C. A tough play over at first base. You have to try and put your glove on it, but in that case, it results in an error. Time will be called, and that will most likely bring us to a pitching change for Clark State. There's no new action in the bullpen. This could be just another pep talk, but I don't really know. Cam, your thoughts right now? 7-0, 7 hits from Tri-C. Their offense looking unstoppable.
Yeah, their offense is looking really good. Honestly, if you're Clark State here, you might want to get someone in that honestly doesn't see a lot of innings that, maybe you can get him some reps here, but it doesn't look like they're going to, no, they're not going to go to a different pitcher, at least not at this moment.
And I think I kind of agree with that. You try and let him work out of this jam, build some confidence. Still no one down. Maybe he gets an out or two and then you pull the plug. But I would say right now, 7-0. It would take a lot to come back from it. You just try and get some reps here.
Yeah, and especially because you know how potent this offense is. I mean, with runners on the corners right now and scoring 17 in the first game and 7 in the first inning and some with no outs here in the second.
Throwback to 1 is in time. Yes, we are in the second inning, but technically,
yeah,
in 1 inning of work, it's 7 runs.
Yeah, technically, because there's no outs.
Now, the baseball purists are going to yell at you for that one.
Okay.
But either way, 7 runs, whichever way you break it down. 1-0 the count on Miller. Outside of the zone, and it hits 1-1. A little bit more outside than I thought they would call, but still a good spot.
I think he's expanding the zone.
That, for the most part, did look good. It's just, from the zone we saw earlier, I don't know if that hit the criteria.
They switched umpires. They switch.
Earlier on in the game, I said.
Oh, yeah.
Now 2-1 as that one definitively is low.
You just said earlier. So.
I mean, to be fair, earlier, it's now 5:51. We started at 5:09.
Exactly. Well, yeah, true.
It's 40 minutes ago. 2-1 the count now on Miller, and the throwback is not in time. I think in the time that we debated that, we barely saw any movement from the mound or just really anywhere.
Yeah.
In comparison to Tri-C, Clark State, they are taking their time on the mound a lot more. 2-1 the count, the pitch. Well outside, a good pick from Papalios. 3-1 now on Miller. Hazuda awaits in the on-deck circle. We have seen Tri-C have some very definitive wins this season. This is looking to be on pace to be yet another one. 3 balls, 1 strike on the third baseman. And it is low. Now 3-1 as the scoreboard in-house was wrong. I think I will blame my former travel teammate Adam Turos for that one. 3-1 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Now full 3-2. Miller, he did strike out looking his first time up. He was up in the count 3-0, and then a great battle from Himes put him away. Still nobody down in this frame. Gallagher over at first base. Here's the payoff. Fouled away. A good survival cut from Miller, a good amount of power, and he will see the payoff pitch once again. Miller, an opportunity to further enhance the lead of Tri-C. Once again, we have the payoff. And once again, we will have it again. Another foul ball from Miller. A good battle here between Himes and Miller.
Yeah, we've seen 2 good battles from them so far today.
Both getting full. The first one belongs to Himes. Miller trying to rewrite the history books here. Once again, the payoff. And it is outside. It's a walk for Miller. A very patient battle from Miller. Puts 2 on now with no one down. And here comes Hazuda, an RBI single, his first time up. And time is being called once more by Clark State. And that will most likely do it for Hayden Himes on the mound. Indeed, we will have a new arm join the action. It is number 34. We will get a name here. I believe that is either Schuler or Schulin based on the sheet. We will check in the break. Schuler, you're being been given confirmation that it is Schuler now on to pitch for Clark State. We will step aside as he warms up. This is college baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Aiden Schuler on to pitch for Clark State as we rejoin the fun in the bottom of the second inning. Still no one down. Runners at first and second for Tri-C. It is Hazuda stepping in so far today. 1 for 1 with an RBI single in game number 2. The pitch and the back pick sails over the head of the first baseman. It will be a strike and the runners will hold up one base further along. Now at second and third. 2 in prime spots for Hazuda. But he finds himself down in the count 0-1. Another backpick attempt just sailing into the outfield. That will be a point of emphasis in practice this upcoming week for Clark State. 0-1 on Hazuda. If he is able to put this ball in the outfield, most likely it's 9-0. Schuler sets, fires upstairs, 1-1. But Himes exits the game. 1 strikeout to his name in 1 inning of work. And the 2 runners still on would be credited to him if they score. Schuler sets and fires. Cranked into left center field. That one is out of here! A 3-run bomb for Brendan Hazuda! What a bomb! Freebird's one way to describe it.
That was a free ball.
Another no-doubter. What a shot. 10-0 Tri-C. Is that the best crank we've seen all year from this squad?
Quite possibly.
And I think today, after this one, we will do some post-game interviews with some of your favorite Triceratops. Such a good day. Obviously, all of these have been great games so far, but I think this one you have to go and talk to some guys. If the result holds, 22 wins in a row. Once again, we talked about it in Game 1. The last time we've really seen that in this area was Jay Bruce and the Indians back in 2017. 2-0 the count. And I believe Grand Fiesta in Strongsville, they do have that kind of poster with Jay Bruce's face on it after that big hit. One skied. It is potentially playable. And it appears to be down. 2-1 the count. I was just expecting to see that ball just fall right in front of us.
Or hit the top and make a loud noise.
Bounce back in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Clark State, it is not banana ball, so they would be unable to record the out on that. 2-1 the count, the pitch. It is in there, 2-2. As well, for those just joining us, 5 runs in 0 time frame for Tri-C right now. No outs in the frame. The 2-2. Bounces in, 3-2 on Figueroa. Figueroa 1 for 1 with an RBI single to his name. But Brendan Hazuda, one heck of an exclamation point already. The payoff. Cranked into left center field again. Plenty of carry, but it is cut off by Pugh for out number 1. Unfortunate for Figueroa, a little bit more hang time, and that would have found the gap.
Or a little bit less. Either or.
But finally, at long last, the Eagles have out number 1.
Tri-C has put up 10 runs in this game, just like they did last game, even though they put up 17. But the run rule will take effect after the 5th inning.
First pitch is in there, 0-1. And I've just received word, indeed, confirmation, Julio Jones has retired from the NFL.
Dang.
And the caption that I was texted was, "We grew up too fast."
Yeah.
That was from Vanilla Sports, Gabe Koza. You've heard his voice a couple times. During basketball season especially, he was with us for a lot of NEO Youth Elite, especially on day 2. He stepped up a lot and came in a little bit early to help us out. 2-1 now, the count on Britain.
But going back to the run rule, rain is expected here around 7:15, depending on how much water this field can hold. But thankfully, we're not in Colorado because it's currently snowing at Coors Field.
Don't say that too excitedly. It's supposed to snow here on Tuesday. 3-1 now on Britain. But as well, we were talking to people before the game. They said this field, it can hold a lot of rain. So that is good for this game. 3-1, cranked right side. It falls in for a base hit. A good rip from Bryson Britton. And the train continues to chug along the tracks for Tri-C. Now up steps Joey Leonard. An RBI single machine of sorts. Already with 4 today. And one of those, 2 RBIs. Well, unless this ball is really sent into the outfield in some obscure manner, or we have some stolen bags, very difficult to see a 5th one here. Instead, he pops it right side. A tough play in shallow right center, or more right now, as it finally is caught by the right fielder Snyder for out number 2. It is always tough to read the ball off that kind of angle. It's an awkward hit. It just kind of hangs.
Especially with a cloudy sky like this. The ball kind of blends in.
But now up steps Adam Rich, an RBI single his last time up, but the play at the plate ended the inning. We might see another bat through for 2 innings in a row, and that's it. 9th batter of the inning. That's where we ended the last one. First pitch strike, 0-1 on Rich. It is 9-1-2 due up for Clark State in the next frame. But the Eagles are going to need some offense if they want to make a comeback. A good break inside, but too much, 1-1. But we look at the scoreboard. 10 runs on 10 hits, 1 error from Tri-C, and it was a tough play from Miller. 1 hit for Clark State, 4 errors. That is what is killing them right now. Here's the 1-1. It is in there, 1-2 on the left fielder. It is Farrell awaiting in the on-deck circle. He got us underway with a single, at this point, probably almost a half hour ago. The 1-2, it is blocked by Papalios. Count evened up at 2-2. Once again, you are watching college baseball live on SmeeSports. 2s across the board, 2-2, 2 down. Bottom 2. The pitch. Outside corner, not in there. We will have a full count, 3-2 on Adam Rich.
And the runner will be off on the pitch.
And that was a great take outside, though, not to take away anything from Rich. A very good miss from Schudler. Here comes the payoff, and it is low. It is a full count leading to a walk for Adam Rich, and we will see the 10th batter of the frame, and it is Pat Farrell. He got us underway, and he could end it here. If he does, obviously not a good play potentially, but at the same time, we could see a play that ends this frame just like the last one, a play at the plate. But 2 on for Farrell. He does have home run power. Wouldn't mind seeing one here. Schuler checks the runner behind him. The pitch. First pitch is in there, 0-1. And as you pointed it out, Cam, the zone, it is expanding. 10-0. You really cannot fault the umpire.
Yeah, it's still the 2nd inning.
A very long frame. We are about an hour in. 55 minutes to be exact. Low on that offering, 1-1. That would mean each inning's an average of 30 minutes so far.
There have been 11 total outs in this game.
The way that you say that and break it down, you can break this down a number of ways. There are so many ways to really just make this game even more impressive than it already looks on paper. Here's the 1-1. Breaking in. Ground ball left side. There's a force at first, second, and third. They go to 1, and it is in time. Retiring Farrell and the side. A good idea over at short, getting the shirt out at 1. But the damage cam, it has been done. 5 runs scored this frame for Tri-C, capped off by Brendan Hazuda going deep in left center. A 3-run bomb. 10-0 Tri-C on top through 2. This is college baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top of the third inning at Ron Mottl Field, home of the Tri-C Triceratops. We'll rephrase that one. The home of a very happy Tri-C Triceratops squad. 10-0 your score through 2 innings. A dominant showing so far. And a first pitch strike on the foul tip. 0-1 the count on Snyder. The 9-1 and 2 hitters are due up this frame for Clark State. The Eagles in desperate need of a spark offensively. Skied over to about left center as it has plenty of trail to it, and it is finally caught and left by Rich for out number 1. Rich, I think, was the last guy who was expected to catch that ball based on where it went.
Yeah, but it kind of just kept drifting over towards left field and eventually made its way into his glove.
And now we will see Cody Myers for a second time in game number 2. He struck out looking his first time up to get the game underway. Harder fires to the corner and unable to connect. 1-0 the count. A good miss there from Mitch Harder, who has had a great game on the bump. Give him 2 strikeouts through 9 batters faced. Ground ball left side. Miller, a chance for redemption, but it goes foul. Probably the right decision there, as that would have been a tough play to make, even for a player like Miller. Across the diamond, plenty of depth. It would have taken a missile to get it there.
But he's got that arm.
I think Miller and Tri-C happy they don't have to find out if that play could be made right here, right now. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Ground ball right side, a more manageable play as Figure A scoops it, throws 2-1, and it is in time for out number 2. A good stretch from Gallagher. And over at first base, it looks like we do have a change. In the meantime, we will see Caden Pugh step in. That is Garrett Grinstead now over at first base for Tri-C. First pitch fouled into the glove of the catcher Britton. 0-1 the count. We've seen Grinstead a few times this season already. A quality player over at first base. Harder continuing his great run of form in game 2. The 0-1 to the outside corner and misses 1-1. For Tri-C next inning, it is Bowles, Gallagher, and Miller due up to hit. Here's the 1-1. Bounces in 2-1. Something to note for Tri-C, if they continue their run of scoring 5 runs each inning, they would have 20 by the end of the 4th. Here's the 2-1. Fouled away. Count evened up at 2-2. If Pugh is able to get on, Adam Berger steps in. He has the lone hit of this game for the visitors. Harder looking to get out of the inning. Line right side, figure A, range not enough to get there, and it is a 2-out poke from Caden Pugh. Hit number 2 on the afternoon in game number 2 for Clark State. A good bit of hitting. Figure A, he has pretty good range over at second base, just unable to get there. A close play.
Yeah, fully extended the glove, just kind of, like you said, out of the range.
And now up steps Berger, 1 for 1 on the day with a double back in the first. Runner at first, 2 down for Tri-C, or for Clark State, excuse me. The runner back in time with a head-first dive, and now Harder will turn his attention to the shortstop. Tri-C 10, Clark State 0, your score. Top 3, 2 down. And another throwback, and once again, it is not in time. And I feel like given the game script right now, you attack the batter here. The runner, he can get his lead. If he goes, you have a great catcher in Britain who has the arm to throw him out. And as well, Clark State, they have not attempted a steal to my knowledge. And a big crank into left field, still going on back, and it will fall on the warning track. Clark State, they will send the runner. Pugh trying to score. The play at the plate will not happen. It is an RBI double for Adam Berger. That puts the Eagles on the board.
That's his second double of the day.
A great game number 2 for the shortstop. And that will put the Eagles on the board. As I said, I mean, talk about resilience. 10 runs unanswered. You finally get one on the board. Can they get a second in this inning? And from there, can they continue making incremental comebacks? The pitch. Hit right side, scooped up, figure right, bobbles it. The throw back to 1 is in time. A great slide attempt over at first base, I will say, from Johnson. Kind of went with the 2-knee slide, just unable to get in there. We flip to the home half of the 3rd inning. Tri-C 10, Clark State 1, your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. back on for the bottom of the third inning in game 2 of our doubleheader. Cam, the score is 10-1. Tri-C firmly on top in this one. What do you expect to see in this frame? Do we see another 5-run inning, or do we see a more relaxed squad?
I see them trying to put up as many runs as they can.
First pitch is skied, and I mean skied in the infield to the pitcher's mound, where it is caught for out number 1. Schuler able to easily get underneath that one. A good play made, and that retires Bowles. And now we see that is Grinstead stepping in for Gallagher. So the change has been completed officially. It is a pretty much 1-for-1 swap. Grinstead in and Gallagher out. But Vinny, he played in game 1. He played well. Time to give someone else a chance here. I don't mind the move.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like you said, getting some other guys in. So, yeah, I don't mind it.
And the depth of Tri-C, I mean, you can afford to make plenty of changes. 1-0 the count now on Grinstead. Here's the 1-0. A weak grounder left side foul. But we talk about the depth of Tri-C, Cam. I mean, we look to our right. A lot of quality guys in this box.
Very true, as they're all nodding their heads in agreement.
1-1 now the count on Grinstead. But just the depth of this team, I mean, even the guys in the dugout, there's just so many top-tier guys who, you put them D3, D2, they're quality players who make a difference. Last year alone, 7 guys went D1 from this program.
Absolutely.
2-1 now the count. And it will be a hard 90 for Grinstead. His first plate appearance of the game works out in Tri-C's favor, and now up steps Brock Miller. Miller, a lot of great plays at the plate, but offensively, I mean, I'll check back last game just to see. He has 2 hits on the game, both singles. We expect the big play from him. That is just kind of the impression we have of Miller. We expect the doubles, the triples, the bombs. That's what we expect from him. Today, more of a pedestrian game, but a clinically sound game. He is doing everything right still.
Yeah, still being able to get output without kind of those bigger plays.
0-1 the count on Miller. Schuler fires. And it dips low, 1-1 now. After Miller, we see Brendan Hazuda step back in. And Hazuda last time out, Cam, a 3-run bomb. That throw back to 1 is not in time. And with post-game interviews, I feel like we could pretty much interview the whole squad, and we still wouldn't capture everybody who deserves an interview. There's so many great players on this team. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Crank left side, and there is the big play, but it's foul. A good cut from Miller. He's on it. It's just, can he straighten it out? A lot of good foul contact in this game. I think we usually do see good foul contact here, but I feel like today it's been taken up to a new level. Miller trying to work it out here. 1-2 the count. Schuler coming set. The pitch. Well, outside. That will even us up at 2-2. Miller trying to win it here against Schuler. Grinstead still at first base for Tri-C. Schuler takes his time and fires. It is low. We are full. 3-2 the count. A good, I would say, 20, 25-second pause in between the pitches.
Yeah.
That is what Clarkside has been doing, just taking their time consistently on the bump. Here comes the payoff. Cranked into left center field. It is going back, and there is the big play from Brock Miller. A 2-run bomb exactly where Hazuda put it. It is now 12-2 Tri-C, or excuse me, 12-1 Tri-C. What a bomb.
And you just talked about it right before he came up to bat. Where was the big play? Well, there it is.
All he had to do was straighten it out. See the rewards.
Is that 20 on the year for them now?
Yes, it is. 20 home runs on the season. And now up steps Brendan Hazuda, who moments ago was hoping that he would have an opportunity for another 3-run bomb. Now he's the owner of a lonely heart in the box. First pitch. Crank left side. It would have been a 3-run bomb, but instead it's a solo shot for Brendan Hazuda. Back-to-back jacks. And I think Brendan Hazuda might be the saltiest home run hitter on the planet.
That was the same place, too. And Freebird is going to rain off again for the second batter in a row.
You could not have written that any better. Oh, my. Another big missile. Just, what do you even say about that?
I mean, yeah, back-to-back.
I think Hazuda's going to have some words from Miller saying, you took my 2 RBIs. It's all smiles, 13-1 Tri-C. Another one, but this time it's a lot less power. Into left field and caught for out number 2. The whole box just gasped. Everyone thought it was coming, but
just a little bit too much upward angle on that. But if we had 3 in a row, I don't know what would happen.
But now 21 bombs on the year.
Yeah, I just said 20 and now it's 21.
And now up steps Bryson Britton. A lot of tough acts to follow here.
Maybe we should keep standing.
0-1 the count on Britton. But 13-1 your score and a whole lot of homers. 0-2. And I would say their favorite color would be the green trees, but based on where they hit it, the green trees are very much dead. Chopped foul. Count remains 0-2 on Britton.
Okay, Jenny. I think that's her name. Yeah.
For Clark State next inning, it is Papa Leos, Gardner, and Hickey due up 2 hits. Here's the 0-2. Outside, ball 1 on Britton. But what a game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. A beautiful dive, but no bite. 2-2 the count. If you're just joining us, back-to-back jacks. We've seen that once on the channel before. That was KSU Tusk. It was Patchett and Fletcher. But that time, a lot more power. Ground ball right side, scooped up at second, but the play at first is not there. Myers, he drags Johnson off the bag, and it is an infield single or an error, depending on how you score it, for Bryson Britton. Now up steps Joey Leonard. Leonard has had a lot of RBI singles today. Maybe if he thinks a little bit bigger here, we see home run number 22. I feel like that is just the name of the game right now. It's pretty much a Tri-C win once again. We just want to see a home run derby. First pitch is a beautiful delivery from Schuler. 0-1 the count. For Clark State, 2 arms getting warm in their bullpen. Britton gets the lead over at first. The pitch, another great break, but this time it misses. 1-1 the count. And based on the way that this inning has gone, I am very happy we only have to decide player of the game and not play of the game. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Another great break. This time it finds the zone.
And that's still going to be tough.
For sure. 1-2 the count on Leonard, the player of the game from game number 1. Can Tri-C keep things rolling? A good block there from Papalios. But just a great offensive day from the Triceratops. They have already outscored their average on the year in both games. I believe 30 combined runs in 8 innings. An awkward shot foul. But if we break down the numbers, assuming this inning ends here, 30 runs in 8 innings of work, you're looking at around 2.8 per inning.
Okay, mathematician.
That pitch, outside corner, it hits for strike 3. Leonard is retired looking, and Schuler retires the side, but not before Miller and Hazuda take part in a dinger derby End of 3 in Parma. Tri-C 13. Clark State 1 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top of the 4th inning at Ron Mottl Field. It is all Tri-C in this doubleheader. 13-1 your score. And we saw a few home runs in that last half inning. Just talk about Tri-C today, Cam. We've seen them now. This is the 3rd time. Both other doubleheaders, obviously very good performances, as we have a nuke to left center, but not enough carry as it is caught by Bowles for out number 1. I feel like now every single ball that is hit into the outfield like that, we are going to be like, will it go all the way?
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen 2.
But going back to the point, both other doubleheaders that we saw, great games from Tri-C all the way around, but I feel like this one's the most impressive.
Yeah, usually we see kind of like one offensive onslaught and then a more pitcher's duel, but today it's been 2 offensive onslaughts.
And 2 great defensive games. 3 runs allowed combined.
Absolutely, and 30 in total?
30-3. Impressive work. 0-1 the count on Gardner. It is still Mitch Harder on the bump for Tri-C. Ground ball left side, foul. And it looks like over at third base we have someone new in. And indeed that is the case. It is Justin Thyssen. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Harder. Hit right side, and it will fall into right field. It's a 1-out single for Zach Gardner. But credit to Clark State in both games, Cam. I think you have the same opinion on this as me. They have battled as hard as they can. They are still giving it their all no matter what the scenario is.
I mean, absolutely, yeah. They've kind of been down early in both games, but haven't given up.
And now we will see Nate Hickey step back in. He reached on an error his first time up. The pitch. Chopped into right center field. A tough ball to get to, and it falls in no man's land. It is back-to-back singles for the Eagles. Can they start a little bit of a rally with 1 down in the top of the 4th? It'll be Tyler Wright looking to continue the momentum in favor of the Eagles. After Wright, it goes to James Snyder, the right fielder. The lefty steps in trying to break down Harder. As for Tri-C, a bunch of guys by the bullpen. No one really warming up quite yet, but now it looks like we will have our arm warming up. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 the count. But I would not be surprised to see Harder go the full way. Here's the 1-0. Well, outside. 2-0 the count on right.
I think it depends if he can get out of this.
If the base is loaded and they score 4 runs from it, then his day's over.
Yeah.
Because at that point, the run rule would not be in effect. Thought about it, but it is in the zone nonetheless. 2-1 the count. This is our first OCCAC conference battle on the channel. Conference play, it means more. And Tri-C clearly understanding the assignment tonight. Here's the 2-1. Runs in the zone, a beautiful delivery from Harder. 2-2 now. They look for out number 2 here, and that would be a big out number 2 for the Triceratops. The pitch. Skied left side. It appears to be in foul territory, and now out of play. Count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I feel like if the ball is put into one of the gaps, or at least close to it, even if it is a 50-50 play at home, Clark State, they will send their runner.
100%.
They need to generate runs somehow, and that, I would say, is the best way to do so. That pitch runs inside, going from side to side. 3-2 now the count. After right, it goes to James Snyder, the right fielder. Tri-C looking for out number 2. The payoff. Well, upstairs, and that will load up the bases. Bases juiced for James Snyder. Still no mound visit yet for Tri-C. They haven't used any today.
They haven't needed it.
But this is a good spot for Harder to be in. Not too much pressure. A 12-run lead for Tri-C, but the only pressure is you want to end this game in 5 innings. Can you do it? Sky left side of the infield on the edge. And the catch is made for out number 2. I believe as well they called infield fly beforehand.
Either way, 2 outs in the inning. And 1 out away from escaping the jam.
And now it is Cody Meyer stepping in, but it looks like we will have a substitution in his place. Checking the number, that is Einick, the sophomore.
Eink.
Eink stepping in now for Myers in the 1 hole. Eink looking to bring some runs home. Hits that one left side and out of play off of Clark State's dugout. Count now sits at 0-1 on Eink. For Tri-C next inning, it will be Rich, Farrell, and Bowles due up, but I expect to see a lot of new faces batting in their places. 0-1 the count. The pitch from Harder. Hit left side, a good amount of force behind it, and it will fall foul. Eink still on it, but now down to his final strike. Clark State, they need at least 1 run from this scenario. You cannot strand the bases loaded. They have their way back into this game to at least keep it going. And if they can keep getting the bases loaded, keep forcing runs across, they have a real shot. 0-2 the count. Harder trying to retire the side here. Deals. And it is low, 1-2. Looking at the hit battle, 13 hits for Tri-C, 5 for Clark State, but only 1 run. Tri-C averaging a run per hit. Clark State, 1 run per 5 hits. Skips left, and no action. The runner will not break.
I thought he was gonna.
It looked like a good enough scenario that if he read the down angle, he could get that jump. A little bit more conservative than I expected given the scenario. Not much to lose if he goes. Count 2-2. Eink looking to drive home a few runs. It is low, 3-2. Now Harder looking to not walk home a run. The runners will begin a slight jog on the delivery. Here comes the payoff. It is outside, ball 4, and that will be run number 2 on the afternoon for Clark State. Good patience in the box there by Eink, the pinch hitter. And time will be called. Coach Stahlberg will go and talk to Mitch Harder. Will we see a pitching change? And should we see a pitching change? Cam, your thoughts?
I don't think we will yet. And I don't think we should yet. He's 1 out away from getting out of this inning. Only given up 2 runs so far. Yes, the bases are loaded, but he was 1 strike away in that at bat. Just couldn't get the last one. So I think you give him at least another batter here and see how he does.
I agree with you on that one. I think that he has shown enough today. It's not like we're in the first inning, bases are loaded. You got to be careful there. You're up by 11. You have a pitcher who has really dealt well this entire game up until now. Give him a chance to work through this. Now, if he can't work through it, by all means, you bring in a relief pitcher, you get out of the inning, and you continue your trot to win number 22 in a row. But give him the opportunity to make amends. First pitch, a run would have scored, but Britton says not so fast and picks it 1-0. He has been really good in game number 2. I will say, Britton has impressed me. Him and Hazuda, 2 great games behind the dish. That pitch runs inside, 2-0 the count. I feel like if there is a walk here, though, you pull the plug.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's a tough one. Obviously, you want to let him work through this, but you want to be done in 5 innings, especially with rain coming. You don't want to run the risk of this game not being done. A high hanger left side, and foul. But the trajectory of that ball initially looks really good.
Yeah, but just kept hooking foul.
It's very deceiving off the bat. You cannot judge a hit based on the first 2 seconds of it. Like that one looked really good off the bat, still carrying back, and it is caught in center. That retires aside, but initially, Cam, that looked like a good liner that would just kind of fall in there.
Yeah, but it kind of hung up in the air there, and it's going to end the inning for the Eagles, down 13-2, and Tri-C coming to bat.
Mitch Harder, he stays in. He gets the job done. Tri-C's bats getting ready to work once again when we return. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up this frame for Tri-C. Cam, as you were mentioning before, a slower pitcher on the mound now for Clark State. And from experience, being a slower pitcher, that could really mess with the team. So we will see how he does on the mound. 0-1 the count. And the new pitcher, it is Connor Sider. 0-1 the count on Rich. The pitch. A beautiful drop. Kind of an eephus there. I don't have a radar gun, obviously, to see that, but apparently now he's being told that's called his gravity ball. I really can't say anything. The 1-1 zipped in, hit right back to him. It's through now. A tough play at 1, and not in time. A great hustled out base hit for Rich. But going back to the gravity ball, Cam, I'll let you tell the story about my pitching freshman year. You saw it better than I did because I was just the one there arguing balls and strikes with umpires.
Yeah, we called it the Smee ball. Came in about 30 miles an hour, and it would just float in there, and somehow it would be a strike, and he got a couple of strikeouts out of it.
And now what's the other name of it?
I just noticed the Smee ball.
The Schmeefist is the other name of it.
Oh, yeah, the Schmeefist, yeah.
And that is where the Twitter handle comes in. You're getting some SmeeSports lore today.
Yeah.
Among many things in this game, among many interesting nuances. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That is a strike to Jackson Campbell as he is now batting for Pat Farrell.
Especially about green trees.
Anyway.
I was talking about the nuances.
A good dip in there, but not in the zone. 1-1.
I was still talking about the nuances.
Well, I don't even know where to go from there. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know. 1-1. Perfectly in there. 1-2 on Campbell.
How about we just get back to the baseball?
Just like MLB The Show when you skip forward. Now back to the action in whatever inning it is. In this case, bottom 4. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Cranked into center field. A good amount of power. It might drop in there, and it does. A base hit for Jackson Campbell. A good cut as well there as he was able to find his spot perfectly in the outfield. And once again, Tri-C's bats able to undercut the deep lying outfield.
Yeah, I mean, they got to play deep because of some of these hits that are going. And then another batter just comes up and they kind of, like I said earlier, take out their lob wedge, hit it right over the infield, and drops right in there.
Jackson Bulls will stay in the game for Tri-C. They want at least 1 run this inning. That way they don't run the risk of having to come up and bat in the bottom of the 5th if we get there. First pitch to Bulls. Breaks in and is a strike. 0-1 the count. I like it, though. You slow down the pitches, the game changes a lot. And now that I think of it, though, with my slow pitching, I allowed 0 home runs my freshman year.
Okay.
You allowed 1 in your first outing.
Whoa. Okay. That's just.
I just thought of that.
They were using illegal bats, and we knew that.
Even if it was a drop 3, that would have not helped your case.
No, it wouldn't have. But that's my excuse.
The 0-1 dips in there, but misses 1-1. Quick defense from Ragazzo.
You're getting all the lore.
I think a Holy Name baseball season, if we're going to have some blowouts, we're going to have a lot of stories to tell by that point.
Especially good win, boys.
That, I believe they are playing Chardon. Cranked into center field, a good amount of power from Bull, still going back. It is past the center fielder, and it is a victory lap around the bases. They will hold up the runner at third, and it is an RBI double for Jackson Bulls. A good hit. But to your point, I believe Holy Name does play Chardon. I think it's May 15th.
I wonder.
They swapped in Chardon for Brunswick. Or other way around.
Yeah.
That game was supposed to be at Brunswick, but now it's here, so we'll see it. But now here comes Garrett Grenstead once again for Tri-C. He was hit by a pitch his last time up.
I wonder if I still have that picture.
I definitely do in my camera roll. I know for a fact I do. 2 runners in scoring position, no one down in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Triceratops offense to work with. First pitch curves outside, a 1-0 on Grinstead. After him, it should be Brock Miller, but instead we will see once again number 9, Justin Thyssen. Sider sets, fires. A good delivery, but just missing the zone. 2-0. But as well, once the Holy Name game goes final, assuming they played, we never got confirmation that game started.
Yeah.
I assume it did.
I assume it did.
But we will hopefully have a final score update before the end of our broadcast here. Here's the 2-0. Lobbed in, and it is a strike. 2-1. Grinstead, that would have been a good pitch to turn on, but I get being patient. 2-0. You don't want to be overly aggressive, especially with more cushion waiting in the wings at second and third. The 2-1. A beautiful drop in there, making it 2-2. The gravity ball might be the best pitch we've seen on the channel. I like it. Own the pitch.
That's because you weren't on it.
That is fair. But once again, I did not get shelled. The 2-2. Hit right side. Foul. I think now this whole season is going to be you trying to prove that that home run that Chardon hit was a fluke.
Listen, there was no record. I have no record of home run.
They beat us like 29-0. I think
know.
we all have that record.
I know. There was no game film.
Sure about that? 2-2 breaks in and misses full count.
In the gravel dugout. I remember that.
And our bus getting lost on the way there.
Yeah. Well, when did it not get lost?
When we drove ourselves.
Yeah. Well, we were freshmen, so.
Here's the payoff pitch. Ground ball left side. It's going to be a tough play to make across the diamond, but it is there for out number 1. But that will push a run across, making it 15-2. Has this just turned into story time?
Yeah, I guess.
But in the meantime, previewing the next games on the channel, we were supposed to have a day or kind of a run of 17 days in a row with games, but I did that not because I'm doing 17 games in a row or 17 days in a row of games, but cancellations. Tomorrow and Sunday canceled. We are back on at St. V's, 5:15 on Monday, University of Akron, Alliance, St. V's baseball. And that pitch sails to the backstop. But that will be a very good game. A good battle expected in that one. Obviously, St. V's, a team that you've seen a few times. A lot of good power, a lot of good pitching. They now have Tober and Sloan as their 1-2 punch. Both will definitely go at least D3. I know Sloan's going to Slippery Rock. Tober definitely has the potential to go to like an Ashland once his time comes. And then you have Alliance, Bo Davis. Depending on who they throw in that game, I've heard mixed reports of who they want on the mound. I wouldn't be surprised to see one of the Fisks, but then again, they do have Salem for conference play later that week. It'll be an interesting one. I can say one thing. If we see 15-2, I'd be shocked in that game. I think it's going to be a close game, especially given 1-0 over CVCA, and CVCA, a team that I would kind of compare to St. V's.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities, a good middle infield. Instead of Tamzarian, CVCA, they have Harabedian, who is going to Ashland. And then we were supposed to have Lake Catholic on Tuesday. That game has been axed due to, well, the game no longer existing on Tuesday. It's Monday. Welcome to Spring Sports. 1-0 the count. The pitch. Drops in but misses. 2-0 the count.
And then possible game Thursday.
At Hoban.
Yeah.
If not, I believe we will have a game out in Alliance, whether it be for Alliance or Marlington. That remains yet to be seen. 2-0 on Thyssen. He gives it a ride to right center field, and it bloops in. An RBI single for Thyssen. One and only at-bat most likely of the day for Thyssen. And he gets a run home. Not more you can really ask for him. And now it is Brendan Hazuda staying in the ballgame for Tri-C. He will try and move Thyssen along the base path. 16-2, Tri-C on top. A 14-point lead. Clark State, they now need 5 in the next frame to keep the game alive. And based on the way that Tri-C's defense has played today, it would take a lot going their way.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not to discredit this Clark State team. They have shown plenty of flashes in this game. That is not going to be talked about in the final score, but it should be. They have shown flashes. Just Tri-C is playing some of the best ball that they have in years. I mean, last year overall, 31 wins, 15 losses. If they're able to win this one, they'll sit at 23-5.
That's pretty good.
A very good year, and they lost a lot of talent. Like I said earlier, as that is a hard 90 for Hazuda. 7 guys went D1. 10, I believe, went to college total outside of here. To lose that much talent and still improve, it's impressive. I mean, going in, I know, Cam, you were a little bit skeptical of what to see, but JUCO, I think, overall has had a bad rap, but now you're starting to see more and more talented guys go here, 2-year prove-its, and they prove more than they thought they ever could. It's becoming a more intriguing route, especially now with JUCO being 0 years of NCAA eligibility. A fake back pick there as it's a 1-0 count on Figueroa. But Cam, what are your thoughts on the eligibility? Obviously, 2 years of JUCO used to count against you, but now that opens up a lot of possibilities. Even some other schools like KSU Tuskegee Satellite, who usually would have guys coming over for JUCO having 2 years, now they could have a full 4. It's a different game now in NCAA play.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to change the way, everyone kind of views how JUCO is and every other college, I guess. But like you said, it's going to be different, and it's going to really change how the future of sports goes.
And at the same time, the more and more schools that get grad programs, you have eligibility, you can play and get another degree. It promotes guys going to school. Figueroa up the middle. He will single and score a run. 17-2, Tri-C on top. Second RBI single of the game for Figueroa. But I'm sure, Cam, if you were able to play at the next level and you had that opportunity, 2 years JUCO, you're going for a degree, maybe, pre-med's kind of a tough one there because of so much work, but maybe law. 2 years JUCO. I know it's more difficult, but you get one of the comparisons coming in.
Law.
You get the comparison of where we're going here of you can go to grad school, still play your sport, opposed to 4 years you're done. It promotes them staying in school because now in the era of NIL, guys are more likely to stay in and get their degrees. Like Cooper Flagg, he is not a lock to go to the NBA draft right now because he could get a bag to stay in school.
He also doesn't want to play for the Hornets, so don't blame him.
Him and Brandon Miller and LaMelo, when healthy, on paper, chalk talk, obviously, not a bad squad. Here's the 1-0. Sent into left center field, a good hit, and it carries, and it is over the center fielder's head. They will score another run, make it 18-2 Tri-C. It's an RBI double. An excellent cut.
And they have now beat their run total from last game.
A great bit of hitting from Britton, and now we see Joey Leonard step in. He has a chance for another RBI single. That would be now his 5th if he gets it. But I'm sure throughout the next couple of years we will have more dialogue on NCAA JUCO rules. I feel like that would be a really good individual video that we sit down, talk about it. There's just a lot of context that goes into it because some guys just want to stay in college just to get better. But the guys who want to stay in school, get better, and get a degree, that's who this really benefits, not just the guys who are there for the glory ride. 0-1 the count. But we'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have a comment on this, SmeeFest 2024 Twitter, SmeeFest or SmeeSports on Instagram, let us know. A good crank into center field by Leonard. It is caught, and on the tag, Tri-C will score run number 19 of the game. A great game so far for the Triceratops. 19-2, now finally 2 away. And they have scored 6 runs this inning. This is their best offensive inning of the game.
Not of the day, though.
Not of the day.
Not of the day. They scored 10 runs in the 3rd inning of the first game.
Rich led us off this inning, and now he steps back in. He singled his last time up. 19-2, Tri-C on top in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 down. The pitch drops in, but out of the zone, 1-0. For Clark State next inning, it is Berger, Johnson, and Papalios due up. No action in the bullpen for either side. On the tip, it goes to the glove of Papalios. Make it 1-1. If you are just joining us, he's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, and this is college baseball on SmeeSports. Here's the 1-1. A good block behind the dish by Papalios makes it 2-1. As we've been talking about, we will have Holy Name Baseball on the channel this year as we are the official media partner of Holy Name Baseball. Once Mother Nature and schedules align. I mean, we were supposed to have a bunch of games, but the first 3 games of the season have been moved already. Sends up the middle, and it is through. Another RBI single for Tri-C, and that puts the Triceratops in the 20s. 7 runs this frame, 18-point game. Tri-C's a machine. No other way to put it. And at this point, they're going base to base.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going station to station. However, still scoring runs left and right. Seems like every time a ball is put in play, another run's coming home.
That is just how this team operates. A very good squad. A tough out no matter the game. First pitch is fouled away. 0-1 on Campbell.
I mean, looking at the scoreboard, 20 runs on 20 hits.
20 for 20.
I mean, getting 20 hits in 3 and 2/3 innings is just insane.
So now 37 runs in what would be, I can't believe I'm saying this because they didn't, actually when we said about the runs projected before, they only hit 4 innings in 7 2/3. I'm sorry, earlier I calculated it as 5 innings, but it was only 4 of work.
Yeah.
And this, it's 7 2/3 innings, 37 runs.
That's pretty good.
It just doesn't even sound real. But that is just this Tri-C team. Ground ball left side of the infield, a tough charge to make. A great scoop, the throw to 1 is in time, retiring the side. Gardner, plenty of hustle there, able to zip it across the diamond to Johnson. But Tri-C, 7-run score in the bottom of the 4th inning. Clark State down to their final 3 outs when we return. As well, stay tuned at the end of this ball game as we will announce our CrossFit Strongsville player of the game. This is college baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Final ups of the doubleheader for Clark State. It is 22. Tri-C on top. Cam, you have 36 on the scoreboard. It is 20.
Okay, well.
Ion on the mound. First pitch chopped left side to Tyson. 0-1 the count. But if you are just joining us, he's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, live on SmeeSports. But Tri-C, 37 runs in 8 innings of offense. Domination. The 0-1 from Ion. It is low, 1-1. It is Barger in the box for Clark State. 2 for 2 in this game, Cam. 2 doubles. The pitch. Chopped foul left side. Now 0-2. Or 1-2, excuse me. In the on-deck circle, it is Johnson. And in the hole, it is Papalios, the catcher. The 1-2. Chop to the left side. A tough play over at third. Tyson gets it. The throw is not in time on the pick attempt from Grinstead. And finally, it is the catcher, Britton. He's the one who gets it in the outfield. There have been a lot of obscure plays in this game. Obviously, it's tough to see where the ball went, but credit to Britton. He hustled down the line. He did exactly what a catcher is supposed to do there, and he picks up the pieces. And now up steps Johnson. Johnson looking to move Berger along the base path. Clark State, they need 9 this frame to keep the game going. Hit into right center, and it falls in the gap for a base hit. They will continue their movement. No run to second base. They will have runners at the corners after that base hit from Johnson. A good little start to this frame for Clark State. Obviously, a comeback a little bit in the rearview mirror now, but now's the time you get free reps. Make something happen. Make Tri-C sweat this one a little bit.
Yeah, like you keep talking about, the resilience of this Clark State team. They're just not going away. Even though they're down 18 and they're kind of down to their final 3 outs, they're still chugging along.
And they're not a bad team. Obviously, you look at the box score, you'd say they're not a good team, but that's not the case. If you go up against a team like Tri-C, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to go the way you want it to.
I mean, yeah, when you're on a 22-game win streak.
And some days you're just not on your game. Like in MLB, you'd see a team lose by a lot, and then the next day come back and beat the team that just killed them. That is just the game of baseball. Any given day, any given 5, 7, 9 innings, you name it, anybody can make a play and win. But on this occasion, Tri-C, they will get win number 22 in a row. Once again, a 1-5 start on the year. Their comeback, it has been one for the ages. Oh, won a good block behind the dish. 1-1 now the count on Papalios. Obviously, a double play ball is in effect if it goes in the middle, but that still would probably score a run. Ion trying to get out number 1 at the plate. The runner will go, and it is fouled away. 1-2 the count. I wouldn't be surprised to see Clark State steal here. Obviously, there's a risk of a double play, but there's still that risk if he doesn't go.
Yeah.
Because if he goes, strike 3 at the plate, get him at 2, you better hope your runner goes from 3. Otherwise, it's in vain. 1-2 the count on Papalios. Outside a good scoop. The runner thinks about it. The throwback to 1 is in plenty of time, but he just gets in there. A great recovery by the catcher. I thought he had him over there, but just a kind of swim out of the way. 2-2 the count. Ion looking for strike number 3. And once again, safe at first. But Cam, we look at this Tri-C team. The regular season ends on April 27th, the weekend after Easter. Do we think they could win out?
They very well could.
I think the simple answer is yes. I feel like the team that really could get them is Bryan and Stratton. That's the team that I'm looking at the schedule. I mean, they have Hawking College, still a good team, but I am looking at Bryan and Stratton. Coach Stemax, a very good coach. 4 games, I feel like he could beat Tri-C in one of those. It just depends. The payoff pitch, it is low, and that lows the bases. And we'll talk more about Bryan and Stratton on the 26th, but they have a very good squad. I mean, Jack Amos, a great player in the WRCL last year for Coach Wisniewski of Premier, and he had a great campaign for Bryan and Stratton last season, and he's off to a great start this year. And now time is called on the mound. Ion will get a talking to from Coach Stahlberg. Once again, looking to next week, our schedule has been blown up, thrown in a bin, and taken to a jump based on some changes. Monday, still the same game. We will be at Skeels Field on the campus of the University of Akron as St. Vincent St. Mary welcomes in Alliance for a 5:15 first pitch. On Tuesday, unfortunately, we have an open slot because Holy Name Lake Catholic got moved. Wednesday, I will be at Mount Union's Caris Stadium. It's Mount versus Marietta men's lacrosse, 7 p.m. start time for that one. Thursday, right now, it is Holy Name and Hoban. If that game were to fall through, then I will be somewhere, whether it be Alliance or Marlington, assuming there's a game. I'm pretty sure there is, but have not confirmed. Friday, it depends what happens tomorrow. If Mount hosts the MCVL tournament, I'm there for that. If not, then there's a chance I'm at BW for the semifinals. If it's at Wittenberg, nothing Friday. We wait to Saturday, and we will have Holy Name Midview. But once again, if Mount Union hosts, it will go, and we will not have that game. A good cut there. 1-1, the count. This game definitely slowing down. Still bases loaded, a chance for Clark State to do some damage. The pitch. Ground ball left side on a high bounce foul. 1-2. Tri-C looking to record out number 1. About 2 hours into this game, though. A long 5-inning game. And the rain's still within probably 15 minutes at this point. Here's the 1-2. Runs inside, now 2-2. Depending on how long Clark State can drag this one out, it might be only 4 innings. And at that point, you question, does the game still play? I think at that point, you just sit it out and wait until it clears to play it. 2-2, chopped left side. It's in play. They will throw across the diamond 2-1, and it is in time for out number 1. Still on that, put out a run will score. Clark State now has 3 runs, 1 in each of the last 3 frames.
I was kind of trying to hold off about talking about the rain because I feel like now that we've talked about it, it's coming.
With 2 outs left to get, I think at this point it's just full steam ahead for Ion and company. No changes, no more visits. You finish this one out, you seal the game, you make sure it counts, because if it doesn't and it's 20-3, I mean, what do you even say there?
Yeah.
0-1 the count. Tri-C looking to hold off a late game potential comeback. And when we say comeback, a play that could keep the game alive, and that is a good hit up the middle. 1 run will score, and that is run number 2 of the frame. 20-4 now your score. And I believe going back to the first game against Broome, that was our final score, 20-4. And now we will see Tyler Wright step in after the RBI single from Hickey. Runners at the corners, 1 down. A double play could end it here. But this game hanging on for dear life to continue. Stay tuned after our final commercial break as we will have our CrossFit Strongsville player of the game. A couple of candidates, well, really, a full 9-man rotation plus a starting pitcher who could get it. And now Clark State, they score again. Still some movement on the base path after the pass ball. 20-5, now your score. 3 runs this inning now, or 4 is 2 score, 20-6. Now the score. A little bit of discrepancy here. And now we wait official confirmation. The pitch. It is in there. And now the board says 20-8. believe it's 20-6 at this point. 20-5. That's what we thought it was.
5.
I thought it was 5. No one really knows. Runner goes, fouled away. We're still working things out, I think. I think Clark State would have been fine if the board would have been left alone.
0-2. No. 1-2.
And now we have more confusion. And as you can tell, it seems like there needs to be a call to the bullpen up here even. 1-2, the pitch. Line left side and caught over at short. The play at 2 is not in time. A great line out for out number 2, and that will sound the final countdown. One catch almost ended the game. That was Leonard. That would have been one heck of a way to go out in this one. 20-5, and now Clark State down to their final out. They will send up Snyder. Snyder, the last line of offense for the visitors. Tri-C on the cusp of win number 22. First pitch is low, 1-0 the count. Ion looking to seal this one here. There is a little bit of action in Tri-C's bullpen, but I think it's more just keeping guys fresh than anything. The 1-0. Ground ball right side. This could do it. It is bobbled at 1. The play is not in time as it bobbles. Now a play at the plate. It will not happen. 20-6. Clark State scores again. I think that might be comment of the day. Looney Tunes baseball. That is an all-time comment. But Clark State, you have to give them credit. We've given them credit this whole doubleheader, Cam. A lot of grit and grind from them. 4 runs in the 5th inning. And an 18-run win for Tri-C. All of a sudden, 14. Obviously still impressive, but not as impressive as 20-2. 1-0 now the count. Can Ion close this game out for Tri-C? Misses up and out. But now the Eagles, they need 5, and the game continues. Might be a little bit too late to get those runs, but then again, they've already played at 4. And baseball is a crazy sport. 2-0 now the count, or excuse me, 3-0. We might see a relief pitcher come in for Tri-C, and that would further elongate this game as we are officially past the 2-hour mark. The 3-0 on the corner of the zone. It hits 3-1. It's kind of crazy that this game, more offense, it's dragged on a lot more.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
makes sense, but it doesn't. 3-1, fouled away, 3-2. This could be our final pitch of the game. I think Tri-C they are ready to seal win number 22 in a row. Full count, 3-2. The pitch, swing and a miss. That will do it. I don't know about you, but Tri-C is feeling win number 22 in a row. This time it's 20-6 over Clark State. Cam, what a game from Tri-C. Looking at the board, 4 innings of offense, 5 runs, 5 runs, 3 runs, 7 runs. And Tri-C will walk out of here with 2 more wins in a row. 23-5 on the year, Cam. The Triceratops, they are a team to be feared.
Yeah, you could say that again. I mean, we've seen it multiple times from their doubleheaders. Win after win after win. 23 of them, to be exact. Wait. No?
23 wins in the year, yes.
Yeah. 23 of them, to be exact. And I mean, they are on a roll.
Tri-C cruising through conference play, 10-0 now. We will step aside here. One final word from our sponsors and be back on to announce our CrossFit Strongsville player of the game. This is college baseball on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Your final score in Game 2 of our doubleheader, Tri-C 20, Clark State 6. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. It is Brendan Hazuda. An RBI single, a 3-run bomb, and a solo shot. Cam, talk about him today. Obviously, as you mentioned earlier, probably the saltiest man on the history, in the history of baseball to hit a home run because 2 of his RBIs were erased by Brock Miller.
Yeah, I mean, just a great game all around. Like you said, 3 for 3 with 2 bombs. Not a bad day at the office. How many? 5 RBIs in total. And I mean, back-to-back home runs with Brock Miller. Like you said, been a little salty about taking 2 of his RBIs, but still, just a great day all around from the Triceratops. 2 big wins to continue their streak. 22 in a row now. Brings them to 23-5 on the year. And man, they look unstoppable.
They look destined to host a regional game, but still a long way away from that. The next time that we will have Tri-C is next Sunday as they welcome in Hawking College. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter. We will have a big announcement upcoming very soon over there. And subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live, trying to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So, if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing, and it greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. And finally, if you want to help out in a monetary fashion, you can sponsor a broadcast as a business owner. Contact me at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work on a deal with you to promote your business and your brand. Thank you to our 2 sponsors, the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville, each of which sponsored both games, and they each split as player of the game sponsors. But that will do it from Ron Mottl Field. Tri-C 20, Clark State 6. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Parma, Ohio, and we will see you next time. This has been College Baseball on SmeeSports. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good night, everybody.